Kamala Harris might be the first person in history that has gone missing while still in plain sight. And what I mean by that is that we are seeing Kamala Harris pop up and do random little events, random little fundraisers and stuff where she pops up and she talks off of a teleprompter. And man, it's kind of embarrassing. You know, thinking about the fact that when you hear Kamala Harris talk at these rallies, this is all pre-planned stuff. And even with pre-planning, even with reading most likely someone else's words off of a teleprompter, it still just goes horribly because nothing is really said. But speaking about nothing being really said, Kamala Harris hasn't really said anything to the media since she's been announced as the Democratic nominee. And it's funny because the media is hyping this up saying, oh, this is the most important election ever. This is the most important election ever. But it just so happens that we don't want to talk to one of the people running for president. We don't want to interview her. We don't want to hear from her. We'll talk about how great she is all day. But she is just so amazing that we don't even want to question her. We don't want to talk to her. We don't want to do a 60 Minutes episode. We don't want to do Good Morning America. We don't want her talking to Oprah. We don't want her talking to anyone because she's just such a great candidate, right? Meanwhile, every time I turn on the television or the computer or my phone, Trump is talking somewhere, and the media is trying to use this against him. Because even though the media hates Trump, Trump is good for ratings, and they know, hell, we put a camera and a microphone in front of Trump, and he's going to talk off script, and he's going to say all type of stuff. So we're going to try to get him to slip up and say things that we can use against him. Meanwhile, we're not going to interview Kamala at all. Now today, oddly enough, we were hearing from Trump once again. Once again, Trump is doing press conferences, taking questions from the media, as Kamala Harris is hiding from the media. Trump's on television once again, and they ask him one of the dumbest questions that I've heard in recent history. Let's go ahead and listen.
Okay. Mr. President, you have not had a public campaign event for nearly a week now. Tomorrow you'll be in Montana, which is not a swing state. Some of your allies have expressed concern that you're not taking this race seriously, particularly at a time where there is enthusiasm on the other side. Why haven't you been campaigning this week?
Because I'm leading by a lot, and because I'm letting their convention go through. And I am campaigning a lot. I'm doing tremendous amounts of taping here. We have commercials that are at a level I don't think that anybody's ever done before. Plus, in certain cases, I see many of you in the room where I'm speaking to you on phones, I'm speaking to radio, I'm speaking to television. Television's coming over here. Excuse me, what are we doing right now? She's not doing any news conference. You know why she's not doing it? Because she can't do a news conference. She doesn't know how to do a news conference. She's not smart enough to do a news conference. And I'm sorry, we need smart people to lead this country because our country's never been in this danger before, both economically and from an outside perspective. Russia doesn't respect us anymore. China doesn't respect us anymore. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, liked me a lot. He doesn't like this group. We are in great danger. We're in great danger of being in World War III. That could happen. No, after their convention, yeah. And I'm going out, actually, I'm going out to certain places to help certain senators get elected. Not even for me. I'm trying to help when I go out to Wyoming or when I go out to Montana, or I'm going to different places to help people. And I don't have to go there because I'm leading those states, as you know, by 35, 40, 50 points. I'm leading by record numbers. I'm going because I want to help senators and congressmen get elected. Congressmen and women get elected. Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. President.
How do you have the audacity to ask Trump, well, why haven't you been campaigning? Why haven't you been doing this? What about Kamala? How can you sit there and ask that question when you have the opportunity to ask that question? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you sitting here in this room with Trump answering questions kind of cancels out that question, because here Trump is. He's campaigning right now. He's talking to the media right now. He's talking to the mainstream media that absolutely hates him, appearing on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, you name it, CBS, every freaking day of the week. But they're going to ask him, well, Trump, why have you been campaigning? Where's Kamala? Why do you not have these questions for Kamala? Like, and I don't know if these people, like these journalists, just, have a total lack of self-awareness. Like, you're not self-aware enough to understand how that question sounds, aimed at Trump, when you have Kamala, who's been, avoiding the media at all costs. And the media knows this better than we do, because they got their reporters at every freaking event. And Kamala blows right past them. Don't answer a single question. Don't talk at all. Don't talk at all. Meanwhile, turn on the TV right now. You watching this video, turn on your TV, flip through a couple of channels, turn on your radio, turn on something, and you're bound to hear Trump talking somewhere, because he is everywhere. And Kamala is nowhere while still being seen. She's missing while still in plain sight. But I don't want you to go missing. So I want you all to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't be missing down in my comment section. While you're down there, though, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.